Yo, what's up, y'all? Salt-N-Pepa's here. Are you ready to shoot?
I'm ready to shoot. Here I go.
Here I go. Here I go again.
Girls, what's my weakness? Men.
Okay, then. We kicking it with my girl, Jen.
Or ladies first.
Yeah, babe.
Well, thank you, YouTube, and thank you, Hot 97,
Yes.
to my ladies first episode. It's very important for me to have women who embody strength, women empowerment, feminism, but not to, the hard extreme
Right.
where
Still,
it's all about
still
hip-
soft and sexy.
Yes. And, I was thinking about who should I have for this that, embodies what I'm looking for. And Salt-N-Pepa was definitely at the top of my list. So thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you,
for
Jen.
coming through.
We always say we brought fun, fashion, and femininity to
Absolutely.
hip-hop.
Yes, we should snap for that one. Absolutely.
We're not afraid to be
No.
girls.
And you know what it is too? I feel like hip hop itself really doesn't recognize, Salt-N-Pepa as the women who kind of set the tone for hip hop. And I just want to kind of start off with that. How do you guys feel about your legacy and how it's impacted the culture?
I mean, we're very proud of it. It is a few of people who don't recognize the worth and our contribution to hip hop. But yes, we, in the early stage, we pioneered this thing, and we were blessed to go platinum, then double platinum for my first,
First album.
album
Double
out back
platinum.
then when it was unheard of.
Unheard of.
The first female rap act ever.
Yes.
Right.
Very important. I
Yes,
just got to throw that out
Absolutely.
there. 'cause
And
you don't know that.
international
And
success.
yeah. And it was a struggle even in the beginning because the male rappers was like, they were one hit wonders, and when we kept coming with it, we was a force to be reckoned with, and they was like, oh shoot. Next thing they were on our tour. It was like, right, this is very necessary tour.
And I'm
It's
sure
all-
that felt
Yeah.
nice for that to happen.
Pep always says we were pop before it was popular, and that's true. And we really did get a hard time in the beginning,
Yes.
but as strong women who had an agenda, we was focused, we were driven. We would not let anything stop us. I remember Russell Simmons giving us a thumbs down, like, yeah,
Really?
and then tried to sign us to Def Jam years later. So
See that?
you know what I'm saying? It's about believing in yourself and your dream and just going for it, and that's what we've always
Yes.
done.
So let's take it all the way back to when you two first met. How did Salt-N-Pepa form? Did you guys know each other for a while? How did this magic happen?
We actually went to school together.
Oh, okay,
so
where?
we weren't like a put together group. We
Queensboro.
Queensboro
College.
I always
Locust
say
girl.
community college. She doesn't.
I don't like
Why
the
do you have to say
why you gotta add the
community?
community? It's college.
It was the only one that would take us. No, shout out to Queensboro. Stop playing.
Yeah. And so at the time, it's really a funny, quick story. I needed a job. First of all, we used to see each other in the lunchroom all the time.
Okay.
She's always saying we were playing spades, hanging out, of course.
Spades,
in the-
holla.
Holla.
That's the game. That's the game right there.
And I used to always notice her across the lunchroom, and I was like, she was quiet, but
She had a girl crush.
Aw.
she was interesting. 'Cause I was like, who is she? She's not participating in my crew.
She's not noticing me.
She's not noticing me. Like, I was all loud in the lunchroom at the time. Hair probably pink or blue or purple at the time, punk rockish. And then you can tell that part. Like,
So yeah, I was working at Sears, and then I was having people fill out some forms, because I got $1 a form, so I was hustling basically in the lunchroom
Talk about
when I
it.
should have been in class. But anyway, I met this one. I felt the same way about her. We're the yin and the yang, and she was crazy and wild and loud, and I really wanted to get to know her. So when we got to talking, I told her what I was doing, and she said, well, I need a job. And I said, well, they're hiring at Sears. They'll hire anybody. And they did.
I got the job.
And then we became friends. But the funny thing about Sears is Martin Lawrence worked there, Kid and Play worked there,
Wait.
Herbie, our producer,
Yes.
Wait,
and
wait.
Salt-N-Pepa worked there. And Martin Lawrence came from D.C. to New York. He said he was going to be a big-time comedian, and we were like, and we're going to be rap stars and Kid and Play, and everybody did what they set out to do. Isn't that crazy?
So crazy. And we
Oh
would
my
like, whoever
gosh.
get their break first will put each other on.
Yeah.
And we got our break first. And then so Martin Lawrence used to open up for us for our first
Yeah.
shows.
Wow.
Yeah.
In
so-
the city,
in the
yeah.
city.
Inferno,
Couple of them.
The Fever.
Yeah, like a few places, yeah.
Wow, that's great. I'm just trying to envision that cubicle.
Isn't
Yeah.
that
Like
great?
everyone
It
just
was
kicking
madness.
That's
Nobody was
insane.
working. Everybody was just hanging out,
But
having
we
a good
went
time.
hard on the music at that point.
Yeah, so
without
how did
Herbie.
you transition into the music thing?
well, Herbie at the time was Salt's boyfriend.
Girls, what's my
For
weakness?
Men.
Not anymore. Go ahead. Over it.
Because he worked with us at Sears, and he had a vision. He was going to a school for media arts, and he had the vision to put the group together and put some music out there. And we were very close. And then when he just got us all together,
And when we did the Showstopper, which was
Yes.
the answer to Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh's
Whose
The
idea
Show.
was that? Was that your idea, or was
That was Herbie's idea.
Okay.
Roxanne Shante had her song out,
Right.
Dissing UTFO. And so we were like, you know what? Is that how you get your foot in the door? And that's what we did. And it just went.
but it was funny because I remember going, damn, Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick, do we even want it? We were like,
Yeah.
okay, we got to do what we got to do.
I didn't care. I was ready to
We
be
got to
famous.
do what we got to do.
And
So.
you made it happen.
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
after that came Tramp, right? My mic sounds nice.
Yes.
Expression.
Yeah, go
So
ahead, Jen.
Listen, I
All
love my
right.
salt and pepper.
Thank
Let's
you.
understand this, okay? But what I love about that whole time was your music. It was feminine, but it was still hip hop.
Yeah.
And it spread a message. Like I think right now hip hop for women and what's being put out there doesn't have that element anymore. Do you
Yeah.
guys feel that way too? I mean, with
We
the music
feel
out
like
now?
there's just not a variety the way that it used to be.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we could go on and on. Latifah, Missy,
Rage,
MC Light,
Eve.
Rage, Moni Love. The list goes on and on and on. Lauren Hill. Everybody represented something different as well.
Foxy,
Salt-N-Pepa, Little Kim, Salt-N-Pepa.
yeah.
Like I said, we had fun, fashion, femininity. We had something to say. Lauren Hill was very, very conscious.
Right.
Latifah was the queen. It was just more of a variety for people to. But now, I don't know what happened. And people ask us this all the time, and we're just as baffled as you guys. Like, where's the ladies at?
It's definitely missing a voice. It can be done. We know that. I mean, these girls was doing it, killing it. So it can be done. And even today, to have your Nicki and then Iggy, on the scene, and you just know that it's just a missing voice, and it's a place for us, and it's great. You know what I mean? And we just
Peppa's
want.
like, we gotta find
I
the
know.
girls.
I was gonna say, no,
We gotta
not
put
even.
'em
You
out
guys
there.
need to put a single back in there. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Get
yeah.
the message going
Yeah,
again.
a lot of fans, we're touring. We've been fortunate and blessed because we're on the road still for the last 7 years. So, and they were like, can we hear some music? So
We're fooling around.
we're fooling around, and
Oh,
we're
okay.
getting some love from people who like, oh, I got your back, what you need,
Yeah.
you know.
You
so-
know what it is when your legacy is so big, when you have records like Let's Talk About Sex and Push It and Shoop and all these songs, it's kind of like you almost like want to just leave it the way it is. Like you don't want to touch it, because you just feel like nothing can compare to those songs. But you never know, like
Not-
Missy got out her new song. It's a big hit. So we're like, take a chance.
That's
Why
what
not?
music is. It's not even replacing what you've done. It's just enhancing, just letting everyone know that, hey, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm feeling, this is my vibe right now. Check this out. You know what I mean? I don't think it takes away from your hit or what you've done. But because
Yeah.
it's just so much. It's so musical and so much lyrics to be said and ideas
It's a
to
little
be.
intimidating just for me personally.
You know why
I'm
it is?
like-
Because people think that and say that.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what they put out there. Like, oh, come on, you just sold this, so now you sold this, and they compare. And I don't think it's necessary to do that. It's just, hey, this is what I'm feeling and want to say right now.
And when you're an artist, you want to get in the studio, which we have
Right, and
many
create.
times. We got a lot of songs that we
Yes.
haven't put out. So, yeah. But we will, I
We
guess.
will.
And I'm sure it's gonna be music with a message, right?
Always.
Always.
Always. Party, message, mix it up.
I want to mix it up.
And you got salt and pepper.
I hear that. Speaking of
She be
that,
like, you too preachy. No one can I want to be preached to on the record.
Can I get a little more edgy?
No, but,
All
that,
right.
but that was what was dope about your music because, like I said, it was a message, but also had the bounce tune you
Yes,
could play it at any time,
yes.
any moment.
Absolutely.
And speaking of a particular song, let's talk about Sex. Now, that was the anthem and a campaign for like a huge issue during that time.
Let's talk about
AIDS,
And
right?
it's still an issue right now that isn't getting a lot of attention anymore. But yeah, let's talk about AIDS.
How important was that for you guys to make the record?
It was important because, we're very conscious and, we like to be a part of what's going on. And we have the platform, which I think is important for people like Salt-N-Pepa, that when you have that platform, just to be able to give back or share some information or help, and I think it's important to do that. And so when we were approached to change, let's talk about sex, let's talk about AIDS, it was like, Yeah.
And Peter Jennings
And
asked us himself, so we were like, good idea.
Because his daughter was listening to Let's Talk About Sex. And then he was like, what is that? Peter Jennings. And then when he heard the lyrics, because it's not really bow, when you listen to it, it's like, it's a message in there.
Right.
So he was like, oh, I like this. How about, changing that to Let's Talk About AIDS and jump on that. And we were like,
Awareness and communication is the key, even within our own relationship. Like, we've had to develop over the years the ability to communicate. And when it comes to sex, people, like, remember the guy in London, he was like, I don't want my daughter listening to that song. And I'm like, well, did you listen to the song? Because the song has a meaning. It's about communicating. And parents don't want to talk to their kids about sex, and it causes this gap. So I think that's why that record was so big. They use it in classrooms and for all kinds of stuff now. So it was a good thing.
And also because, it's a hip hop record. So they just automatically assume that it's going to be something else that is really not.
Exactly.
Right.
And, going back to the hip hop thing, in '89, you guys were a part of the Grammy boycott.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
Which
we
is
were.
crazy to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, why you laughing?
No, it's something we were just talking about that earlier
Were
today.
you really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we really
Share
was.
with me, what were we talking about? You know what I mean? Taking a stand.
We were talking about, I was trying to remember, I was like, it was all the way in '89.
It was.
Yeah. And a lot of people approached us wanting us to talk about that.
Yeah.
And just to let the people know out there, this was a time where a rap was being nominated for Grammys, but they weren't televising it.
Exactly. And Will Smith was nominated that year. It's so funny now, the Oscars, and he's involved again with this all these years later. But we were there, and it was it his, what was the song? His song.
Parents Don't Understand?
Parents Just Don't Understand. And he won the Grammy too. But I thought it was really brave of him, to boycott. And I remember Flavor Flav. There's a great black and white
Public
picture.
Enemy.
I saw the
Public
photo.
Enemy
Slick Rick was there too,
Yes,
right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So,
I mean, what's going on?
I gotta
So
look
what,
at the
Will
picture
just
again.
called you up and said, hey, we're doing this, let's band
I
together.
don't remember
and
how it
that's
happened, but I know he was the one that put that whole thing together, and we were like, yeah.
And you know what? It made sense for us because that was something we were a part of, and at the time, Salt-N-Pepa did win a Grammy. We were able to be televised, so it was a great thing.
Good point.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it was
Boycotts
important.
work sometimes, don't they?
It was important, I guess, to have a voice and an opinion, which is, I don't think we all have that. It's not a being right or wrong. It's just a matter of how I feel, especially if this is my rim, if this is what I'm about. And it's not stamping you like I need to be, stamped, but it's my acknowledgement. It's like what I've done. It doesn't solidify me, but it just makes people acknowledge what I've done and what I've brought to this.
Right.
It was a great feeling when we won our
Right,
Grammy.
95, right?
Yep,
That's
95. That's
Yeah.
None of
right.
your business.
Because Push It hadn't won, which we were so confused about. Because that's
confused.
the
It was
biggest
huge.
to this day.
Yes.
You say Salt-N-Pepa to someone who doesn't know, and then you go Push It, and they go, oh, it's like the song and the jacket is more famous than we are.
Yeah.
So we had lost a couple of times, so then to turn
Will
around.
Smith.
To Will Smith too. I remember Gladys
Ain't
Knight
that
one
funny
year.
how that works out?
Why is Gladys Knight in our category one year?
I
didn't-
know.
So they got it together now, and hip hop has come a long way since then. It's become a culture. It's become a part of everything. So it's so funny to even talk about it being alienated back then, because hip hop is music right now, period, with all the genres coming together. What were you going to say,
I
babe?
know, it's a bad, funny story. It's not. It was just when we were at awards, because you made me think about it. When we were like being
Babe, you
pop.
gotta share this
No, because we
story.
were being
Let's
so
let everybody
pop.
know.
Because we were killing it, so pop. And back then, it's rough being popular. Like, I just remember being in a category. I think it was Bone Thugs. It was somebody.
Oh,
And we were
yeah.
sitting there like, let them win.
I remember.
Oh, we don't want this award.
I think it must have been a BET,
BT
award.
or something.
Yeah.
And everybody was up in there. That's when Biggie, everybody. Oh my God. And we were sitting there.
And we were like the little lambs.
We was little lamb and all of them. And they was like the hard music, yeah.
You are so
And we were like,
funny.
oh God, please let them win. Like,
Thank you, Jesus.
thank you, Jesus. No, it was a fun. We literally sitting there making that joke, going, let them win this one.
it was cool though. I mean, to be nominated with something
No,
like
it
that.
was. We
It's
were always
definitely-
nominated. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
we always
So
were.
there's a reason for it though, right?
And I was so appreciative of that. Like
She is.
I am, but it was funny. I just thought of that when we were sitting there giggling about that.
And so after all of this, is like you just came hit after hit after hit. It was just like it was Shoop. It was What a Man. Speaking of What a Man, Tupac was featured in there.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes,
Yes.
yes.
I know that was.
So how did the concept come together?
hilarious.
Look. She can smell it. That fumes made her go, yeah.
So you guys sought after Tupac, right?
Oh, yeah.
You wanted him in there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Y'all got me blushing. I know I love Tupac, as most girls did.
yes. So how was he on set? You know what I mean? Were you guys cool with him? Did you guys have
Yeah,
a
we
him.
were already friends.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We had a joke one time, another joke. Sorry. We remember when we were in the dressing room, he sent us a cake that was made out of a machine gun.
When we won our Grammy.
We won a Grammy, and for a gift,
Yeah,
to acknowledge, he sent us a cake, but it was made as a
It was shaped. It was a gun.
gun, and we were like, hey,
We were confused. I remember us opening it and just staring at it like.
Are we being threatened? They're
Yeah,
trying to
we
come
were
at
being
us?
threatened,
Yeah.
congratulated.
we're not
Uh-huh.
showing enough in the video. No.
And we were like, nah. It was like thug life,
Yeah.
That's what it was about. He
Yeah,
was like,
it was
congratulations.
congratulations,
That's
thug
the type of guy he was.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, all eyes on me. That's the truth. Because when that dude walks in the door, it's seriously. Remember his energy was so crazy, amazing that when he comes into a room, that's what I remember. It was all eyes on him. Always.
And I always remember, never forget this, when he actually told me, he said, I never had a record until I made a record. And I was like, wow, that was deep, until he got into the business, and then things happened. Prior to him being a musician, being an artist rather, he's never been in trouble. And once he got in the limelight, I remember when he said that. It was so deep
That's
to me.
all the attention, all
Yeah,
eyes
on
on
him,
him again.
right. And
A little known fact is Tupac met my daughter. She might have been she was in the video too, but he had met her before that, and he dedicated "Keep Your Head Up" to her. And his godson Elijah, like you hear it in the beginning, a little girl named Corinne. And I'm like, he only met her a couple of times, but I guess she made an impression on him. And that's the type of guy he was. He was just so many things, a prolific, unbelievable artist.
And it's sad that like the media kind of messed that up for him. I'm sure it messes up your psyche, messes up the way you do things.
it was.
Do you guys feel like the media has done that to you, as far as being out there? No.
No, everything is true about me. Now I'm a
Okay. Well, I mean,
I don't know. I take the good with the bad. I always say that because I know how the media gets. I say it to show. I say it to my daughter who's 17. She's in a show, Grown Up Hip Hop. I'm like, yo, they're gonna come for you. You just gotta stay strong, focus. More people say more positive things and better things about you than the negative things.
It's funny how you focus on the negative.
Yeah.
Like even doing shows for years, me and Pep, it could be, we just did an arena just recently to the rafters filled, right? But it could be one chick in the front like this.
And we'll notice her.
Impress me, right?
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And everybody else is screaming and we're like, trying to prove to this
and
one
she just
chick,
sitting there cool like
Yeah,
this.
oh, yeah.
Then by the end of the show, she's up on her feet, like, but it's
Yeah.
just funny
that you work.
all those people. I don't do it anymore, but when I was younger,
But you
that
notice
stuff
it still.
does affect you more when you're younger.
But you still notice
still
them.
notice
You could
it.
pick them out of the audience, no matter
Yeah.
how.
But they'll
big
be in the
mess-
front row to
And we always say, "Why you in the front? Why you in the front?" Yo, we get back in stage in the room like,
and meanwhile, you bought a ticket and you all way in the front. Ghetto.
No, I mean, I would have said the same thing. Like, why are you up here?
No, it's
Why are
very
you
good.
here? Yeah. But I think it definitely, these young artists, as a mom, my heart bleeds for them. Because I'm like, let a camera follow you around in your 20s and see if you're going to be any different than some of these stars that they're harassing right now because they have no privacy. And I think the lack of privacy, the stress, caused them to even act out even more. It's really difficult because it's a whole new era right now. we can handle that now. I don't care what nobody has to say about me at this point in my life. But when we were younger, and these young artists, I think it does affect them severely.
And the thing for us is that when we started out, we didn't have, like all that social media. We didn't have the Instagram. We didn't have the Twitter. We didn't have the Snapchat. We didn't have any of that. So we kind of got over on a lot of things and more private. You had the radio still and, print, ads and, so forth, but not as intense and so much in your face, in your business as she's saying now. So these young artists getting into that, they definitely expose. It's privacy and belonging to the public. It's like it goes hand in hand.
You gotta be tough.
You gotta be tough.
Gotta be tough.
I feel like even though, I mean, we didn't have that back then, but even at that time when you guys broke up, I feel like they were also trying to paint these stories and like make it look like you guys were just fighting with each other, and now it's totally gone and it's over with. So, I mean, if you're open to talk about it, what caused the breakup? Well, I was so brokenhearted when I found out. I was like, what? No!
She said I was brokenhearted.
No. Why? I mean, why?
Well, we kind of left it out there, the why out there, which we answered when we got back together for the Salt-N-Pepa show on VH1, which was 2007. I can't even believe it was that long ago. But the breakup came, and I'm gonna try to make a long story short. When you're in this industry, there's a lot going on that the people don't see. The stress, the pressure, yada, 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 right? And it gets to artists, and it got to me, not what people were saying, but internally what was going on between us, our friendship. You get in this music business to create, and then next thing you know, you're in court, lawyers, people taking your money, and it gets crazy. And I got to a point, for more reasons even than that, personal reasons, where I was like, I can't do this no more. Especially when we were not communicating and out, because we started off as friends, and then the business started interrupting our friendship, and we had no communication skills. And so I was just like, I want a normal life. And I left, and I had another kid, and I got married, and I raised my kid, and my faith is what got me through. And I felt like, I always say, God bless Britney Spears, but talking about pressure. Before I bald my head, let me go sit down somewhere for a minute and get myself together. I really was not tough at that point to really deal with what was going on, and didn't know how to deal with it. So that's mainly why I was like, I can't do this no more.
And Pep, I'm sure you were hurt or confused about it, or
all the above. I was hurt and confused.
I hope I'm starting problems right now.
No. We
usually cry every time. Right, but now we got past the crying about it, and now we laugh about it.
We laugh about it now. But because it's just the way, and we were young, and it's the way it was done. It was never no direction to it, and she had a feeling how she how she looked at the industry and how she handled it. For me, that's all I knew. So whether it was bad or good, this is what it is. Let's deal with it.
She's still like that. Driven.
I am driven. It doesn't matter to me.
She's good in chaos. Like, I'm not good in chaos. Like, I need peace. I need harmony with the people that I'm in business with. Like, she could just rock in any scenario. Me, I'm tossing and turning in my bed. I'm trying to figure out how to, like.
If we're having a meeting,
very
getting a little thing, she go, Pep, you take off. I'm off the call. Bye, y'all. And then I'm sorting it out, and then I'll find a nice, peaceful way to deliver what we have to do.
Okay.
Well, honey, we're gonna do this tomorrow, round 3. When you feel it, call me.
You know what it is when it gets into detail.
Yeah, she's not.
Like, I'm a big picture person.
Gotcha.
I'm a visionary. But when you start talking about how we gonna FedEx our Salt-N-Pepa jacket to Ryan Reynolds for the Deadpool thing, and how
I'm good.
Good night. Y'all figure that out.
And then it's like the other day.
And she could go forever.
I could go forever. And there was some meetings. I said, we're in the city. Let's do these meetings.
Yes.
She was like, oh, I can't. I said, okay, there's some week off here. Do you want me to look into the next week? Because I know her. So, someone else will feel it. I'll look because I'm okay with detail because I'm just crazy and chaos and crazy. So I will look at that, and that's where we are now. It works. Like, I'm okay with that. It's not like I'm like, oh my God, I got to go check this. I'm totally all right with it. So it balances us. Like, it works. So.
And I mean, I could tell because it takes a lot. I gotta mention the book that you put out to put out something like that.
Yeah.
It was very personal. I read it. A lot of my
Thank you.
friends read it. You know, we definitely felt for you.
All right, don't
and
go there.
No,
girl,
I'm not. I'm not.
Because then it takes a long time to put this makeup back on.
I just want to put that out there. You know, there's a lot of women who, even
No,
your
you should go
situation
ahead. I'll be
too.
strong. Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, you know, in the book, you spoke a lot about, you know, being in an abusive relationship. And I remember distinctly, me and my girl, we were reading the book, and she was going through something like that, and tears were running down her face because she just felt the pain that you were going through.
Right.
So for a woman to kind of be put in that situation, I mean,
and you know what? If you in the book, it's abusive relationship with men all around, whether it's being molested, being physically abused, and which is important for me now is like learning to you have a voice. Learning to say no, this is not right. Because back then for me, I didn't take advantage of that. I never said no. I say no a lot now, but I didn't say no back then. We have another joke within.
She's always saying no to me for no reason.
really?
I feel like I'm in an argument. No.
I'm always saying no now, and I say no with everything. Like I begin my sentence with no. Like it's something I'm working on. Like, I'm not even lying. I'm working on that.
Okay. Okay. All right. It's
She's
real.
gotten better.
I've gotten better because everything was.
She found her no.
I found my no
good.
now, but back then I didn't. You know, I was.
Let me
just,
tear up. Hold up.
That's deep.
Okay.
It really is deep.
I was more silent. I never said no. This is not right, and I allowed things to happen to me. Whether I'm, not pointing the thing. People are wrong for what they do, but I have a sense of responsibility too, to
And his daughter also.
right, and that's what it did for me. Honestly,
Yeah, having a kid.
having a kid now, because from the minute she's 17, but every time, I don't care who it is, the milkman, the whatever man, and I go, honey, you all right? Do you feel, violated anyway? Anyone make you uncomfortable? And even the closest member of the family, my closest friend, I don't care. I go to the side, go, you're spending a lot of time, so everything good? You feel any? Because you could talk to me. I'll never judge you, and because back then for me, coming from traditional, like the traditional family, I don't know, is that that it wasn't, everything was so quiet. No one spoke up, and they made you feel like if you say something that they look at you like, what did you do to cause this?
Right, and they do a lot of times. Right?
I remember kind of feeling that, so I wasn't strong enough.
Right.
And I just say for girls out there, you have a voice, speak out, can be heard, and people are listening. People like us, people like you.
And if somebody doesn't listen, go to the next person. Yeah.
And there's places for it. Like, centers. There's so much things that you can find outlets to talk without anyone knowing what you're going through. You can be private.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay, we got to move on from this because you just talking. I'm just tearing up. Okay. So the Salt-N-Pepa reality show, you end up doing that. I remember on the show, it was Pep. You wanted to come back on the scene. Salt, you were kind of like, nah, I'm doing my family thing. So now Salt-N-Pepa's back.
Yes.
They're on tour.
Yeah.
I know you guys have your song in the movie Deadpool, the Marvel movie.
Yes.
You had the Geico commercial.
Yes.
During the Super Bowl, What a Man was playing. I was
Yes.
like, yes.
Ryan Reynolds, did you see that?
Yes, amazing. So what else you guys have lined up for Salt-N-Pepa? What's
Oh,
coming
we're
out?
working on quite a few things. Cooking show on the cooking channel, a cookbook, a cookie book, a cookbook. Oh, cookie book, a cookbook. A little more music. In March, actually, we're going into the studio.
Okay.
Biopic.
Excuse me?
Biopic.
Biopic?
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah.
A Lifetime biopic or like
Yeah.
a legit?
No.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, we got a lot to tell, as you
Okay.
can see.
Yeah.
So we're trying to figure out what parts of our lives we want to get into. And shout out to Spinderella, who's on the road with us and doing a lot of
Course,
stuff with
Spin.
us. Oh, our sister, part of the group. I know there's a lot of confusion out there with people and her, but we're on the road together. We're doing things together. Sometimes it's Salt-N-Pepa. Sometimes it's the three of us. Sometimes it's Spin on her own. So, yeah.
And originally there was another Spin before this Spin.
Yeah.
Right? So that, I mean, how did you
Yeah.
get with her?
In the beginning, in the showstopper days.
Yeah, it didn't work out.
Okay.
Didn't work out.
But now it worked out now.
Yes.
That's great.
It's our sister girl.
Absolutely.
Yes. And one last thing before we wrap this up, ladies. Thank you so much again for sitting down with me again. Women's History Month. This was an episode to start out with that I know a lot of girls out there are going to love. And you guys are so inspiring. You inspire me. You motivate me. What do you want people to remember about Salt-N-Pepa, your legacy, after this is all done? When you're ready to wrap it up, hang it up.
It's never going to be done.
Oh, she just wants to keep going.
I keep going.
I used to say I ain't going to be up on stage in my 40s. Well, I am well into my 40s.
Still pushing it.
Good
Yes.
with this one. It never ends.
Never.
But what would you want your legacy to be?
Just honesty. We gave our all. We love what we do. I always say it's a partnership between who we are and our fans. And I just want everyone to know that. Like, I love my fans. And thank you for being there for me.
30 years.
30 years. You know, we were focused, we were honest, we were fair, you know, and we give our all truthfully. Like, right? Like,
Yeah,
I
we
just know that. We were like real people.
Yes.
Always
You know,
happen.
always happen. People always say, y'all stars that don't know y'all stars.
But those are the best ones, the humble
Yeah,
ones.
I'm
you know what
very
saying?
humble, and you know, we appreciate it. We really do. You know.
Absolutely.
I guess the legacy to me, what you just said, like we inspired and encouraged everyone, not just women, but especially women. You know, we, through our bravery, through our strength, through our being here for 30 years, our friendship, our music, what
Our
we had to
struggles.
say,
The
our struggles,
fashions, too.
our fashion.
We'll talk about
you know,
that, yes.
that some kind of way, the best compliments to me is like, Salt-N-Pepa, you were the soundtrack of my life. You got me through an abusive relationship. You know, through college, you know, you were the person that got me through when I wanted to quit. Unbelievable,
Yeah.
you know, that you could have that type of effect on people. It's the best part of being an artist to me.
Well, believe it, because I'm proof of that. You guys got me through a lot in my life. So this is incredible. Ladies first, history makers, Salt-N-Pepa.
Thank you,
Thank
Jen.
you so much for coming through.
God
Thank
bless
you.
you, honey.
Thank you. This is fun.
Yay! All right, ladies, so this is the part of the show I do this or that. Basically, you got to choose one or the other. So if I
Okay.
say apples or oranges, you say apples or oranges, whatever you feel, okay?
Okay.
It's very simple. It's to the point.
All right.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay. The better borough, Brooklyn or Queens?
Queen.
Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn. I moved to Queens when I was 17, and that's where I met her. And that's where the legacy starts. I love Queens, but I'm a BK girl
I'm
all
from
day.
Brooklyn, so big up to Brooklyn. I'm sorry, fam. Push it or shoot?
Shoot.
Ooh, okay. Queen Latifah or MC Light?
Wow. MC Light for me.
MC.
Queen Latifah.
Collab with Nicki Minaj or Missy Elliott?
Missy Elliott.
Missy.
What's worse, getting caught going commando on camera or busting your ass in front of an audience?
Well, I bust my ass on the audience
Quite a few times.
quite a few times.
Yeah, falling. Yeah, I'd rather fall.
Full, okay. Which adds more flavor to cooking, salt or pepper?
Oh,
Pepper.
salt is necessary. It's essential, and pepper's optional. So seriously, like, come
Salt
on.
gives you high blood pressure. You can't use
Next.
so much of it. You gotta keep going.
It makes you sneeze.
Oh man, I love this. What a man can do to mess up a relationship: cheat or be overly possessive.
Cheat.
Overly possessive.
You guys are so opposite. I
We
love
are.
this. It's like
No,
the
seriously, we
answers.
really
Yeah,
are.
overly possessive.
You could work on overly possessive, but if you're a cheater,
I
you're
get
a
nervous
cheat-
overly
you're a cheater. Yeah, because she's had some bad
Yeah, I had some-
experiences.
Oh, would be possessive.
Yeah,
Where
and
you
I've
at?
been there
Yeah,
the
with
whole,
the
through
receipt.
all
Oh,
of them.
no.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't.
I cannot.
Yeah.
That's true.
Show me the receipt.
I haven't had that experience.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
do.
go ahead, Jen. It's supposed to be wrapping up.
Okay, sorry.
Be quiet.
Okay.
Keep it classy, or if you got it, flaunt it.
Got it, flaunt it, honey.
Classy.
This is crazy. Okay.
Got
Is your
it.
friendship more like a scene out of Thelma and Louise or Waiting to Exhale?
Thelma and Louise.
I like that. More memorable, the 80s or the 90s?
80s for me.
80s for me.
Yeah.
What would hurt more, having your Grammy taken away or all of your hit songs taken away?
Hit songs.
Grammy.
Having our hit
Wait.
songs taken
Oh,
away.
which one would hurt more?
Yeah.
Oh my God, my hit song's taken away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Hit
like the
song.
Grammy. We like the
We
Grammy,
don't even
but-
do the song that we got the Grammys for.
Oh Lord.
Okay,
Go
that's
ahead.
enough.
Oh, well, you don't do none of your business?
No, never
Do
mind.
it. Let,
Oh, is it
go
none of my
on.
business? Okay,
This
I'm
is
gonna
rapid fire.
Okay. So you gotta choose between the two of you, okay? It's either gonna be salt or pepper. Who's more likely to set it off on someone if someone disrespected one of you?
Me.
You set it off?
If somebody,
I'm
disrespects
gonna
her.
set it off too if someone disrespects.
But I'm more likely. I've done it more over the years.
Okay. Pep, you look confused. Or you look what? No? You feel like you set it
I was
off?
fighting. We had fights and people. She was gonna fight, and I jumped in and took over.
More likely
Okay.
to go crazy when somebody, like when
Okay.
they wouldn't give you a fan on the set the other day.
Oh, yes.
And I was like, Pepper needs a fan.
Definitely. She's more
So
likely.
it's salt.
Yes.
Okay. More likely to turn up at a party
Oh, please.
Me.
is Pep all
Yeah.
day. Okay.
Okay.
That's obvious.
Bigger drama queen. You?
Yes.
Okay.
Some of these I'm not even gonna even say anything.
More friendly? Who's more friendly?
We're both
We both
really
friendly.
friendly. She's more personable. Like she'll just go up to people, but we're both really friendly.
Fall in love easily.
Both of us.
Yeah. Nah, you're right. I was gonna say you, but then yeah.
Both of us.
Both of you?
But I've been with almost the same person for a long time. But
Does
yeah.
that matter?
I mean, if you were single, I mean, would you be the one to kind of meet a dude and then just instantly
yeah,
fall
we
for him?
both can fall in love easily. Not anymore though. I guess that's the confusion. Like I'm so over that.
Okay.
Like yeah.
It
Because
all
I
depends,
tweeted
honey.
the other day that you know you're a grown woman when you're no longer waiting for a man to save you. You know, when you're younger, you think a man is gonna save you, but then when you have experience, it's like there is no savior. Jesus Christ is my savior. You know, so it's different for me now. Even if I fall in love, I'm not going to lose my mind. I'm not gonna fall.
You ain't gonna fall.
Exactly. I'll
You
be
ain't
able
gonna
to
fall.
say, okay, that's not working, even though I'm in love. Yeah, that's the difference.
Oh, sugar.
Better cook.
I cook. She cooks.
We cook.
We cook.
You sound like
Both
a
of you
song.
cook.
Yeah.
I think we both can cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, we burn.
Better rapper.
I'm
I'm
gonna have to say me.
She's a better rapper than me.
Okay.
She's a better rapper than me. I admit to that.
So would you be the better dancer? That's the next question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last question. Don't kill me. I mean, you can answer it if you don't want to, or if you want to. If you were stuck on an island and could only have one person with you, would you pick Herbie Azor or the original Spinderella, LaToya Hasnan?
Herbie.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why not? You get both of the best world. You know what it is. You got a man.
In case we need him for something. You don't want another girl there. Herbie and I are actually friends. You know,
Oh,
like
okay, cool.
the hatchet has been buried
So that
personally.
way you already know what the island goes look
Right.
like when you stuck.
And business-wise, and he's an interesting, funny person. So yeah, and these guys, they used to have a good time together. So yeah,
I'd rather be stuck with Herbie.
You
Yeah.
want to be stuck with Herbie?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what it is.
All right.
Thank
This
you
was so
much.
good.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yes, I appreciate it. This, that, Salt-N-Pepa. Yes.